everyone, and welcome to CRW282. I'm Dr. White, and I'll be the instructor for this online course. In this short video, I'm going to review your syllabus, discuss course policies, and give you a quick look at the work that we'll be doing on Blackboard. So, let's get started. You're going to see me vanish for a second, but then I'll reappear. Okay. To get to our course homepage, you want to go to umb.umassonline.net and you want to log in with your username and password. You'll select the course that we're taking, CRW28201C, Spring 2020. And this will take you to our course homepage. Right now, I'm going to turn on student preview mode so that it looks the same way to you that it does to me that it does to you. Blackboard looks a little different to me. So, here's our course homepage. The first place that you want to go every week is the announcements. For right now, there's one announcement. Welcome. In this space, I'll post a short overview of what we're going to do each week and explain a little bit about why we're going to do it. For instance, this week, you'll see that you have a few tasks. Post an introduction in the discussion forum, read the syllabus, read the material linked through the Reading Annotation Strategies folder, and read and annotate our first reading of the semester, Optional Ethnicities for Whites Only. There might be some other things you need to do this week, but I think this is enough. To get to our weekly work, you'll open up this navigation panel on the left-hand side of Blackboard. You'll see here I've split the panel into two halves. The top half is the big stuff, the syllabus, reading assignments, video lectures, your grades. The bottom half is the tools that we'll use to do that work, the discussions forum, the final draft submission links, and our Essay 1 weekly sessions. I also have some helpful stuff in the handouts and resources, and you can also sign up for on-campus tutoring through this link. Go to Essay 1 weekly sessions to begin. You click on the week's work. Now, this looks a little bit funky because I have the screen not quite maximized, so I'm going to vanish for a second again. And I'll refresh. Okay. On the left-hand side of your screen is the table of contents. This is most of what you have to do each week. You'll see for this week, for instance, that the Reading Annotation Strategies link takes you to a link to a learning module. Click to launch it, and it'll take you to a new page. This page is an overview of how to read and study critical texts. It discusses strategies for pulling out key information, what seems important, and how to proceed with the writing project using that information. You'll need to read this page, watch this video, and then apply this to the first reading assignment of the semester. The Start Here link will take you to our syllabus, which we'll use shortly, Google Drive if you need help with that, and a link to our introduction discussion board. This is where, look at this, we already have a lot of people who've posted introductions. This is where you'll tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're hoping to get out of the class, and follow the instructions. This link, Mary Waters, Optional Ethnicity for Whites Only, will take you to a Google Drive version of our first reading. This is the link that you want to use to annotate the first reading assignment. To use Google Drive and to annotate, you'll highlight a passage that seems important, and you'll write something like, "Hello." I'm going to go ahead and delete these since they're not very interesting comments. The goal of annotating these texts is to have a critical conversation about the ideas in them. What's the writer trying to say? Why are they trying to say them? And how does this text help us answer the essay question? At the very top of this paper, you'll notice the actual essay question that you're responding to for your first writing assignment. Do the other authors define their identities within the framework that Waters describes, Or do they define themselves in ways that complicate water's position or in a completely different manner from water's position? That's the question that you're answering when you write your essay for the first project. So, back to Blackboard. Each week, your work will appear in a setup just like what we looked at. You can see I have the folder set up for all of week 1, or all of essay 1, and you can work a little bit ahead if you want. Beginning next week, you'll need to do reading sheets, and you'll submit them to an assignment link. You'll see right here, and there's your due date. As I said a few minutes ago, the most important thing that you're going to want to do this week is read the syllabus. I'm not going to click the link because I don't need to download it again, but at this point, I'm going to switch over to the syllabus and we're going to talk a little bit about that. So hi, like I said, I'm Dr. White. Here's my email address. Don't be shy about reaching out with any questions you might have. Over the course of the semester, if you want to talk about anything, I can make myself available virtually by either FaceTime or Google Hangout. Both are easy to use. Just let me know if you want to do it, and I'll help walk you through the technology. I think FaceTime is pretty easy for most of us, though. I also have WhatsApp if you have an Android device. For this course, you don't need to purchase any materials. All of the materials will be made available to you on Blackboard. One thing you do need to have, and this is kind of important, you need to have access to a working, reliable computer. It can be a desktop or a laptop, but you need access to something with a monitor and a keyboard and the internet. You're welcome to do reading assignments and some short stuff on your phone or tablet. That's okay. But for writing the papers, you're going to need to have a computer. If computer access is something that's going to be a significant barrier to you completing this course, you probably need to register for an in-person section and drop the online section. If you have access to a reliable computer for at least a few hours a week, you'll probably be okay. This semester, you'll be writing 2 6-page papers. You'll see them right here. Each of these papers will respond to an actual WPE reading set and essay question from a previous semester. So, what do we do with these course deliverables? If your paper gets a 7.0 or higher using the Reader's Report scoring, this paper will be eligible for certification in your writing proficiency portfolio. If you score a 6.0 to a 6.9, I will allow you to revise the paper and attempt to receive a 7.0. At the same time, I want to make something else clear. It is entirely possible to pass this class, but not write an essay that I will certify. Here's your grading breakdown. You'll notice that weekly assignments and participation count for 50% of your grade. These need to be done as on time as possible. The reason for that is that writing is a process. It takes time, it takes energy, and it takes effort. If you're not completing the assignments on time, you're not getting what you need out of the course. If you complete the assignments on time, you will pass this course. I don't believe that you should receive an F on your transcript because you weren't able to write an essay that would pass the WPE. I think that that's unethical. I do think that it's ethical for me to give you credit, but not certify a portfolio for a paper for the portfolio. Your work will be assessed using the WPE certification standards sheet. We'll talk about that more later in the semester. If you need accommodations for any disability, please go to the Ross Center and be certified for it. I can help you if you have the certification. I can't if you don't. Plagiarism policy. I don't spend a lot of time in this course talking about academic integrity. The bottom line is you're taking this course to help you pass the WPE. Don't worry about failing it. Worry about passing the WPE. If you plagiarize, I'm going to report you. There's no reason to plagiarize in a course that is designed to help support your writing efforts. If you complete the assignments and try to pass this class, you will pass this class. Plagiarizing for this class really doesn't help you at all. It doesn't even get you credit towards graduation in the sense that it doesn't fulfill any requirements. If you plagiarize, I have a zero tolerance policy. Looking at the unit schedule for the semester, you'll see a couple of things. Each week, I give you the week's topics, the assigned readings, and the assignments that you have to do in response to them. You'll also notice that the weeks are 8 days. Weeks go from Sunday to the following Monday. This gives you 3 weekend days to complete the work. Another reason why I want things done on time. Please keep this syllabus accessible to you. I do my best with Blackboard to represent everything on here with an individual item or assignment. Unfortunately, some of the work for a writing class, like the reading assignments, is really difficult to represent on Blackboard. This means that you'll have to review the syllabus prior to beginning your work for each week. You are responsible for all of the work in the syllabus, not just what shows up on Blackboard. You'll notice there are a couple of big things. I've bolded these on the assignments due. For instance, Essay 1 draft due Monday, March 16th, 9 a.m. Most of your assignments will be due 9 a.m. on Monday. This gives you the full weekend, and frankly, I don't grade on the weekends. I think that that's fair for everybody. The big dates to know are these: Monday the 16th, Monday, April 6th, Monday, April 27th, and Monday, May 17th. Those are when your first and final drafts of your 2 essays are due for this course. Please use your UMass Boston email to correspond with me. I will send all emails to you via Blackboard. Those will go to your UMass Boston email account. Well, I think that's about it. I don't want to make this video too long, and I do have a propensity to talk a lot. One tip that I'll give you for your first week here in class is this. Let's look at the essay question really closely. In her article, Optional Ethnicities for Whites Only, Mary Waters argues that ethnicity can manifest in 2 distinct forms, either as symbolic or oppositional identities. Right away, that statement gives you a little bit of a clue about the Mary Waters reading. It tells you that ethnicity can become, a person that can experience ethnicity either symbolically or oppositionally. Look at the key word here, or. Not and, or. This means that for Waters, a person can experience ethnicity in only one of those 2 ways. This should tell you that those are some big ideas in her reading that you need to really understand. In the remainder of the essays that we'll read this semester, or for Essay 1, you'll see that there are other writers, Eric Liu, Maria Lorino, and Judith Ortiz-Coffer or Gish Jen. These are 4 writers who come from ethnic backgrounds. Eric Liu is Asian, Maria Lorino is Italian, Judith Ortiz-Coffer is Hispanic, and Gish Jen is Asian. Each of these writers writes from the perspective of an ethnic individual. In some ways, some of their experiences confirm Mary Waters' thesis about ethnicity manifesting either as symbolic or oppositional identities. In other ways, their experiences will resist Mary Waters' clear distinction of ethnicity as either symbolic or oppositional. Your main task in writing this essay is to tell us, how do some writers confirm this split that Mary Waters talks about, and how do other writers resist this split? You'll use the experiences of these ethnic writers in order to critique the ideas of Mary Waters. Don't get caught up summarizing Mary Waters. That is the most common mistake that students make in this first essay. Okay, now I'm really going to end this video. Thank you for your time. I look forward to getting to know you and reading your work this semester. I'll be in touch next week when we start week 2. Have a great week.